What powers the sun? You may already know the answer, but today I want to tell you about an early guess. It's a guess that turned out to be wrong, but not completely wrong. So the guess was that the energy source of the sun comes from gravitational potential energy. So if I take a rock here on the Earth and drop it, the gravitational potential energy of the rock at this height gets converted to kinetic energy, the energy of the rock's motion. When the rock hits the ground, that kinetic energy of its motion gets translated into the kinetic energy of the particles that build up the rock as well as in the ground, and we experience that microscopic kinetic energy as heat. Now imagine a huge cloud of gas and dust billions and billions of years ago, collapsing under the influence of its own gravity. As the cloud collapses, gravitational potential energy is converted into heat. If this cloud is what the sun was formed from, then maybe the source of the sun's energy is that gravitational potential energy. Maybe the energy that's flowing out of the sun today has its source as that gravitational potential energy really early on that is just slowly leaking out over time. That's a great idea, but quantitatively it turns out to be wrong. The reason it's wrong is that there's not enough gravitational potential energy to fuel the sun for long enough. The amount of energy that's there is enough to keep the sun shining at its current rate for about 30 million years. And we know from the radiometric dating of meteorites, for example, that the sun and the solar system are much older than that. But the gravitational potential energy did play a key role in the creation of the sun. As this cloud of gas and dust collapsed, it heated up, and eventually the interior of this cloud was hot enough that nuclear fusion could start. So it's not gravitational potential energy that fuels the sun, it's nuclear potential energy. And unlike gravitational potential energy, there's enough nuclear potential energy to fuel the sun for billions of years.